This video contains commentary. It might get cringy. Pretty much when spawning in, I look for everything that seems familiar, like buildings and what's on the coastline and stuff like that. I instantly eat the fruit that's in my inventory. I prepare my things on the shortcut bar, and then I head towards whatever is the most familiar or what seems the most comforting. In this case, I see the town of Kamushovo, which is located right here. As you can probably tell, I'm not sprinting right off the bat. This is because I'm trying to conserve energy on fighting items to start out with. If there's an immediate danger, only then I will sprint. With the latest update including character installation properties, this gives me a priority on finding the warmest clothing possible in order to minimize energy consumption during idle movement. Normally avoid zombies as much as possible if you're lacking any sort of sharp or blunt weaponry. This time I got the attention of a Zed by mere accident, and I knew he was going to come after me, so I simply had to pull a bit of a ruse on it. But one alerted Zed can get the attention of others around him, so I had to act quickly when looting the next building. If you've grabbed anything remotely sharp and found some leftover clothes, you can turn them into rags. You can make rope out of them. This is useful in making either a backpack with a burlap sack or an improvised fishing rod with a longer stick. Just keep in mind that not every clothing item can be turned into rags, so it's going to be a case of trial and error until you start memorizing it. Until you're going to start venturing deeper into Cernaros, it doesn't really matter what sort of backpack you find. Small or big, dark or colorful, they can still provide you with that essential inventory space for starting out, until you need to start thinking more tactically. Once you find any sort of hands-on weaponry that you can afford to use up, then it's relatively safe enough to use them on the Zeds. The ones on the shoreline tend to drop more starting gear. Don't forget that you can use rags to patch yourself up if you get any cuts that induce bleeding. Low blood levels can make your character start passing out. If you find any firearms that you can wear on your shoulder, always grab it with you in advance. You may find ammo for it when you search for gear. A loaded gun can help you keep off any assailants that might try to compromise your character's life. If you find any rotten vegetables, don't disregard them. Instead, use a sharp utensil to cut it up for seeds. You can use them to make a farm, provided that you have the necessary tool to make one and a container for water to get it to grow. When fighting Zeds, try to land your hits as close to the ground as possible, to make quicker work of taking them down. You can also hit their legs, but it'll just make them crawl in return, and make them harder to hit. If you weren't too engulfed in the combat, you would have noticed that my character has picked up a cold, shown by the virus symbol in the character status bar. This happens with poor clothing insulation. My character will start to cough and sneeze audibly. Duct tape can be used to fix clothing for better insulation values. Basically, a damaged coat isn't going to keep you as warm as a simply worn coat. A leather sewing kit can also be used to repair select clothing items, but consumes less for repairs compared to the duct tape. You can also use it to make a big leather backpack if you have some tanned leather. If you've stayed in an area for a few minutes, you'll notice fruit under some trees, in different states. Don't eat the rotten ones though, they'll make your character throw up, and makes for an unhealthy show. Seek out any chickens and roosters you may find. Skin them with any sharp tool to get some meat and bones. You can also get bloody hands if you don't have any gloves on. Never eat anything with dirty hands, as it can cause cholera and salmonella. Wash them at the nearest well, sea, lake, river, or even with a bottle of water. Combine a knife with bones, and you get makeshift hooks for your fishing rod. They last up to 2 catches before breaking. But the hooks alone won't work. You need to search for worms with a knife. Look at the grass with a knife in your hands. Mix the hook with the worm and you'll have your fishing bait. Keep in mind that the more stuff you carry, the less energy you have for running until the character runs out of breath. That momentary energy is represented by a white bar on the lower left of the screen. With each kilo you carry, the more that white bar lessens, seen with the black overlap coming from the right side of the bar. Even a simple sneeze can bring a lot of unwanted attention, so it's your choice to either combat the enemy or run for safety. When taking down bushes, it's best that you didn't use bare hands due to chance of cutting yourself, causing unwanted bleeding. Taking a knife to a tree gives bark, essential in either starting a fire or starting a fire. What I mean by that is that you can combine bark with a stick to make a hand drill kit as an alternative to traditional matches, or you can use it as kindling to get a fire going. Now, this is the part where I was kind of stumped, because normally you are able to just fish off a jetty like, as normal, off a pier or stuff like that. But due to a bug in, well, the game, I wasn't able to do that. I had to go, well, pretty close to water just to do that, just to fish. careful not to eat too much at once, otherwise the character will throw up. Optimal way with cooked meat is to eat 2 pieces, wait until food intake on the status bar turns normal, and then repeat the process. In a town like Kamusho, the police building can be a hotspot for player activity, such as people starting off looking for an early firearm, more experienced players looking for extra ammo, or, worst case scenario, campers attempting to pick off other players. After the 1.10 patch, you might come across player-made farms like this more easily, containing that all-important food. They're made mostly for either helping others to start off more easily, or for their own personal gain, to help them get on their feet more quickly. And this concludes my first 30 minutes of starting off in DayZ. Hopefully I've given enough explanation on what I do and why, and any criticism is appreciated. Thank you for watching.